say una all spend una Christmas celebration and holiday, good one with una family them, with una auntie, mama, brother, sister, papa, uncle, pikin them, and that una make the best of it wherever or una happen for find una self na the world. For me, I not being able there with me extended or me closer family, it was really myself and my husband, one of my best friends, my goddaughter, and her brother in our little bubble, because we be actually there on lockdown during the Christmas season. But in it all, we thank God for life. We thank God for sustenance. And He give me the strength for persevere. Okay, me fumble them. Make an waste much time today. We go can talk small and go much small about waiting we know so far about waiting the IG they do or don't do, about waiting even tell the people them where they say get tin for answer for Salone for the work the way they do, or tin them way the Commission of Inquiry report talk say then take. So it been tell them say December 24, now the last day when they give them for make them either come back and can pay waiting them owe, or then go lost all thing waiting them get. Make an always much time. Make a person over to we see you. Make it tell una do.
Family Monado, I don't say I hope say the holiday most of we got make we cross over, we come to the new year, and we hope so that this year 2021 will be a better year for we all. Because as we all know, say this past year a stressful year. But no matter what the situation, we still say God thank you. Because some people never make them, some of we make them. So we'll tell God thank you, and we hope for the better 2021 going forward. Yeah, thank you for hosting me again tonight.
Indeed, we hope for a better 2021. And Nadande now we wish for una all and we all together this year. Make an waste okutem. Una know for say last year I spent boku time for go through the reports waiting common ado from the Commission of Inquiry. And we sit down here, so we go through them one by one and talk about the different reports them, talk about the different people them, where then say get an insight how thin the laws or thin them where they supposed to do, they not do, but they all the couple na the hand. So today, make we read November, inside November, waiting the Attorney General been say. And then when we don't read Dande done, we go talk about Dande small, and then we go come back and read waiting the Attorney General say inside this week, but waiting he don't do about waiting he been don't talk about last year, November. So I go ask with technical team for make them display the letter we been common ado about this deadline. Okay, so I dey begin for it. The principal legal consultant at Office of the Attorney General and Minister of Justice, Barrister Lahai Momo Fama, has warned all those indicted by the white paper to repay all that they stole from the government against 24th December 2020 or face the full force of the law. He gave this admonishment at a news conference held at the Ministry of Information and Communication, Conference Room 8th floor UHI building in Freetown on Monday, 9th November 2020. The principal legal consultant explained that December 24th will be exactly 3 months since the government white paper was launched by His Excellency the President, Dr. Julius Maada Bio, meaning that the grace period of 90 days ends on that day. He maintained that they will go into full enforcement of the recommendations immediately after the expiration of the grace period, and that those who have not entered into plea bargain or have not started paying back will be chased and forced to comply with recommendations. He used the press briefing to expound on the steps taken so far by the Minister of Justice to ensure implementation of the white paper recommendations, saying that there are 3 stages involved and 2 are already on the way. Mr. Fama revealed that they have received substantial amounts of people and institutions that have already opted to pay back what they stole, and they have started paying at a special account set up for that purpose by the Accountant General's office. He commended the Ministry of Information and Communication for popularizing the white paper nationally and for engaging stakeholders regionally on its findings and recommendations. The legal luminary further disclosed that they have already received 58 appeals from indicted persons, and they are presently working on preparing responses to all of them. He assured that they are working around the clock to ensure that those that have legitimate and genuine appeal get justice, while those that owes the government must pay. The Minister of Information and Communication, Honorable Mohamed Rahman Soare, reiterated that the white paper recommendation will be implemented to the fullest and nobody will scuttle it, adding that nobody who dare to stand before its implementation will face the full force of the law. The news conference was anchored by the Deputy Minister of Information, Honorable Mamadi Gobe Kamara. So, my family, I reward that. This paper yaso or this news conference where na the person we put on together na Bompe James Bundu Strategic Communications Unit. Say that day the Attorney General informed them, actually not even the Attorney General, but the lead prosecutor, where na the name na Mr. Fama, say if the people wey take money, where the white paper found guilty, if they not pay the money back or begin a court proceeding, an appeal process by the 24th or before the 24th of December, that then go face the full force of the law. I go pass the floor over to we see you. Make intel we wetin e gather from this, and then we go continue the talk.
Thank you, Ms. Matilda. And I try to be honest now. I don't know if this is a fight against corruption or it's a compromise against corruption. Because the way they mean so hype this fight against corruption, and the way I see it go now, it look like more of a compromise. So first of all, the appeal process, especially the time frame, because I know say most cases are 90 days. From the time when the commission of inquiry may end, in most cases are 90 days, whether for appeal is supposed to appeal. So how we kind of talk about appeal now to the deadline? Una can't do the deadline say 24th. If you not pay, then we'll take action. So why we talk about appeal now on the 24th, when at the time for take action? It's a lot of questions here where the government if I don't clear to we. But when I mean no say when I might appeal, if I don't say okay, this is so time you need to take time for appeal. This is not the time appeal date is the last date this. So we know say most of people waiting for this appeal. Secondly, just a couple of days ago, you get the ACC they get questions at the same time. Minister of Communication get questions on the same date and almost 1 hour difference. Then so they can talk about the same team name. This is talk about Union and this one can talk about Union. How people are able to digest? We can talk about the general reports and the white paper inside 1 hour difference. So, but putting away not too clear. If we're not again, this fight against corruption from A to Z. Yet for Yagisi, somebody go jail. Like even the money they pay, that is not. Because they cannot believe this money that they pay back. Not be here. Plenty Sierra Leone face this a facade. Then just to show a yellow card at the front, while they get a black card under the hand. The need for get a clear picture now for make a transparency now for people really know say are these people really paying this money back? Because one of the fight against corruption, they will know how much money just don't disappear. They when they give these people when they give like this is the game playing right now. So to the 24th, so today is what? The 15th of January. And again, nothing important come from the office. So basically, this is just a game. Then it's time to play this year out and see if we will forget. Or if we will let go.
Well, my own question where I get is that, this press conference here, so then all November 9, 2020, and then the period, the deadline, the last day for make then one then wait and say oh money or then take something, then give say na December 24.
Yeah.
But what me not be understand that term day as of November 9, where the all this press conference, they not been already done set up a special appeals court for even try them cases there. Because when you get a situation like this, a special situation like this, you really want for dedicate the resources necessary for make sure say they not fall into the backlog processes of the system.
Yes.
For make sure say you get processes them established and put in place where they deal with them and so like on the emergency as then they come, they deal with them. Or because you already don't set a deadline, you for don't institute, you for don't establish clear guidelines them.
This for don't happen just after the commission inquiry.
Follow, or the trial judges them for follow for get this thing over and done with in the jiffy.
This was supposed to be done just after the commission of inquiry. You know, some people they get for appeal. When I already set a date, say this is your appeal date. This and from this date to this date, one that's 1 or 2 or 3 months is when we are going to go. We therefore do the appeal and follow up on the case. People that will exonerate, we exonerate them. People that will prove guilty, then at this point you don't get any more grace period. But if you come guilty to the 24th, we expect say you don't already do all this process. 24th is that it's no more grace period after 24th. So if you can do with 24th, and after 24th, then you can do new story. We don't have to read picking story books there. When I come with this so zeal and can take over social media, other than active man, them how this like that and that. Then now they can't give you new story that so now they about. We not say Salone an active country, okay? We don't hear about all this. When I come to when I first priority and fight against corruption. I would I get 10 house, would I get 10 motor car, would I take that? We all this report. We get that. When I read already. Well, from where this commission inquiry don't say we don't get a new answer to the general. How many months to this to the talk to? It's almost 6 months. So what's our date today? So from this, so when this appeal for them, 2055?
Well, me no know them this appeal get for done, but one thing where striking during that press conference day, where happen on that day is that the Attorney General, where he been they make in statement, he say some people and don't begin pay already. He say and some people them go through the appeal process, they don't launch the appeal process. But there was a key statement he said, where make me question even the process itself. He say, but the courts don't find una guilty. The courts don't find them guilty. Waiting and they can appeal for. Make them just pay the money, bo. So for me, an Attorney General making that kind of statement, he almost don't diminish the veracity. He almost don't diminish the strength and the genuineness of the process. Because if you are going into such a high profile situation with that type of mindset, which one are they appeal for, and I just pay the money, then it means that everyone is guilty, whether legitimately guilty as charged or not.
Well, you remember the last program when we get to ask Anthony they work for Salone or they work for the people in the power. It's all about mindset. I don't think most of the people even know what's not a job description. I think we need for come back, let the people know say this is not a job because some of them they not get no clue on a job description. Most of them are not participating there. Now this makes Salone today because you work for be genuine and come and look so that we'll be able to put them again. The system not working for nothing. What they put inside and people get what's in and back out. As an Attorney General, you know the people, the country in your lawyer, not to the president in lawyer, not to the party lawyer. You know the country in your lawyer. You on issue now, or you on job now. Now for look at the whole case and then follow the due process. Would that not say would that know the court say not fight guilty? Because you just to the judge. You just say for implement the thing where the judge will put out. So if somebody the way say they not go through the process not fair, it get the right for appeal. We don't put all that here in place. But like I said, this government will talk to the people and some of the criticize not for nothing. Then always they wait people the waiting go wrong, then they go fix. They don't ever look at some things, say, okay, this thing is what happen ahead, or now look ahead and try to put them here in place. So in case what reaching away happen, or just go still right. No. Then they wait something go wrong, or you not fix fine, and they won't come. They get all the ideas they were in the campaign, where there's opposition, they can get all the great idea. That's not the kind of power they say they don't lose. All the propaganda. I should consider supporting it. All the propaganda, instead of beginning to think, say, okay, there's the possibility of a kind of power, no one can put things in place. But this is not a simple process. Not so you tell people here. You job to make sure say you watch the process, let you go right. And make sure say the people of Sierra Leone get the justice. The people that are accused, they'll say get their own justice. The only way the thief make the law deal with them accordingly to I for deal with them. Now your job there for make sure say you on job in a ref now. Make sure the thing go the way for go. But you don't be part of the game now. When you look at the game, nothing gets over for commodity. At the end of the day, now we the state, we the people are going for loss. Because all are not genuine in the fight, now we got to take the losses back. And we don't tire for to play this game. Now so we got the can pull white here them, tail with some white here and some to blue, who begin and can still follow the same path. And
Indeed.
This is not the right path to this.
Indeed. What in me actually find really interesting is that the chief or the leading consultant on this case, on this matter for the state, with all in experience, obviously, I would think it's experience that got him the job and not nepotism. With all in experience, why make us set up proper structures before even he go do a press conference where then they go give a timeline and dates? Because if the internal structure, if inside the host, they not put, things them, wait for make the host run fine, how you feel to say the one the way they na do, you go able to control them and get what you want for inside the house. So now some of them question they ask, so Naimi they ask, Naim we they ask. But make me not dwell on this one also, because some people them go say, well, that one then a press release on a press conference will take place over 2 months ago. Now the 9th of November it happened. Today, we did the 15th of January 2021. Make we look inside waiting the Attorney General say about waiting he been done talk the 9th of January. I'll go ask with a technical to make it display down there. Okay, it reads, Justice Ministry gives updates on implementation of COI recommendations. Again, this report na Mr. Bumper James Bundu na prepare and they tell Sierra Network thank you for where they give we access to this report. So I go begin read. The Office of the Attorney General and Minister of Justice has revealed at a press conference in the conference room of the Ministry of Information and Communication on Tuesday, 12th January 2021, that it has commenced legal action to confiscate properties belonging to persons of interest with ruling already delivered in 15 of the first 20 cases involving houses and lands as part of the recovery process in the implementation of the Commissions of Inquiry recommendations. Principal legal consultant in the Office of the Attorney General and Minister of Justice, Lahai Momofama, explained that the grace period of all those that were indicted in the COI reports expired on the 24th of December 2020. According to him, the documents in respect to the 20 others they took to court are presently with the Master and Registrar for approval and onward submissions to the government printers for gazetting. Once gazetted, we will announce the names and locations of the confiscated properties for the public to know. Mr. Farmer assured, adding that the president has been magnanimously involved. God. Involved enough to give so that the president has been magnanimous enough to give all the indictees 90 days to repay all that they had allegedly embezzled, but up to this moment, some are hiding behind appeal. Again, the statements here, I want make we note, make we all take we paper and pen them. First statement is say the president has been magnanimous. Basically, say the president has been genuine. Has been giving. Let's say, like the presidents don't do well for them. Magnanimous, where somebody do something good for you, you know, like for say, then he do them favor, right? Say the president don't do them favor by way he even allow them 90 days before 90 days for appeal before they can take them property them or take anything na they earn. That's not the first thing that the way I want to make una underline. The second thing where I want make una underline na and all they had allegedly embezzled, but up to this moment, some are hiding behind appeal. Now, I not say make you pay attention to the allegedly, because an allegation, alleged means say it's not been proven. But waiting actually counter the positivity of that, allegedly, is how the sentence ended. He said, some are hiding behind appeal. So which means your alleged don't negate, it don't X out the ending of that statement where say hiding behind. Because if you are assuming that it's an alleged embezzlement, which means that it has not been proven, it is yet to be proven, right? They get the right for challenge, but then in the same line they say, but then they hide behind appeal because they no one pay. It means say you don't find them guilty already. So my question is, why even go through the appeal anymore? Make we continue for read. An appeal is not to state An appeal is not a stay of execution of judgment, which will be implemented anyways. If the appellants win their appeal, whatever might have been taken from them will be returned. But if, on the other hand, they lose the appeal, they will forfeit everything and even be asked to pay interest on the principal they are supposed to pay, plus cost. The principal alleged legal consultants won. He going to say, Mr. Farmer used the opportunity to urge the 136 persons found wanting by the COI to adhere or face the full force of the law. He said that the government will use all peaceful or aggressive means if necessary to ensure that all the monies in the COI report are recovered. He disclosed that 85 of the persons of interest have appealed, but that will not stop them from recovering what is due to the state. Again, If somebody is appealing something, it means that they are questioning the outcome of what you're saying. It means say then they question, they not agree with what you they say. So you get for allow them time for walk through the system and make the system adjudicate, decide. If waiting them feel say they accuse them of, where them feel say they not do, if not true or not to true. But for the mere fact we they talk say whether not true or not to true, we go still come after una and we go still take from una. That for me leaves me with a bit of shakiness. It go on to say the press conference was demonstrated by the erudite Deputy Minister of Information and Communication, Madam Mamadi Gobek Mara, who admonished journalists to use the information they had received judiciously. You know what? Obviously, you can tell my sarcasm in reading some of these words and statements inside this report. My question is, how serious are we?
None whatsoever. This is just a joke. It is a joke, okay? It is a joke from the beginning all the way to the end. It's just a joke. Now we see people in the area talk to this one alternate witch hunt or they not believe them. The administration they make them clear to people that make not even believe this nonsense really go on. Okay? Now we start from the first side. Start all the way. So now they go see people in property who are not even finished the appeal it. After the commission of inquiry, like, oh, so we don't do. What should I do? Usually in country you say you get time so and so time for appeal. Then the appeal does take so and so months because the commission already do most of the time. We know they waste time for the appeal. Now make I ask, when is appeal going to 2025? Because how long are we going to keep the appeal this and the push down? Oh, and get judges and when they go to court once every 16 years. Go to whether they are joint case. So a lot of things that before one can give this report. We don't need this report if we don't get the names and the property the owner sees because we not believe on. This is the first thing. From day one, we not believe on. So often they take this time to put this report together. Why we cannot show me the people them, the names them, and the things that I don't see, what are them worth, and how much they take? Because after this, you're not able to give them amount for them people are taken from the states. Because we believe, say, somebody they take 1 million, it can go on at 50,000, which the ACC commissioner can love for settlements. Because I mental value like for use, always get settlements. That this make corruption not done as Salone, and not go ever done. Because they're all not sincere in fighting this corruption.
Right.
If we have to make corruption unfashionable, this what I use to make them more fashionable. No wonder the money lost now past the safe.
Right.
This is nonsense. Then secondly, I don't understand the presidents that in the dictates are still for go.
Well, now that side I've been one can ask this question, say, I understand that it is part of the mandate. I'm not saying a part of the mandate of the president in work for institute, for commission, a commission of inquiry, for call for a commission of inquiry. It legislated as part of the constitution. So now in right, if you want call for commission of inquiry. But waiting I not understand right now, part of this statement where we don't read so. Once the commission of inquiry don't call, then don't get the instruments. It don't go through the court. It don't go to the attorney general and waiting me know and waiting me understand. That process there, the president for completely washing hands off. And then if only there between the office of the attorney general and the chief justice. The office of the attorney general, the chief justice, and by implication, because of waiting the investigation, the ACC, the anti-corruption, commission. So those three bodies for me, according to waiting me know, now the three institutions then down and they wait for hold the process with them to hand and then legislate the process and carry on the process from beginning to end. Right at the moment where the president don't say, I call for commission of I need a thorough investigation, I need a thorough audit. Whether audits they don't complete, they don't see the audit. And then he say, in own good judgment, he wants a commission and an inquiry following this audit here. So it wash in hands off completely. What me not understand is how brazen it is for the leading prosecutor, a landed man, where I pretty sure say he sabi turn over the law book inside out, left, right, and center for justify what or any sort of things in his expertise, in his area, in his landed area. How he go sit down and tell the nation, say, the president has been gracious. The president don't do well for una way he give una 90 days. That is not up to the president to decide.
It means they're working for the
that
president.
is not up to the president to decide. That is up to the attorney general and the chief justice to decide. So you see some of the inconsistencies there, so, and some of the people, and they put their mouth, poke their nose into areas that we're not concern them. Put their nose, put their mouth inside thing that we're not concern them. Now that make we get all this mix up, box up inside with society.
No, but what we talk about institutions are not strong. This is exactly why they are not strong. Because on broad daylight, people they shatter them in front of we, and most of us can sit down in 6 months and play the party game. Because the next one come back, they say they call the same card and can't play. First of all, the Attorney General not work for the president. He work for the people of Sierra Leone. The president is a supplier to the president in Padilla because we also know all Africans, no matter this and nonsense in Paka, put that this is a party, and not these guys are friends. Behind the scene, they're all best friends. So this from day one, when the president go na if na boy go Kenny, he will talk say, oh no, they put them in Nigeria on number one. So that knows this whole thing is just nonsense. It's just a bunch of crap. If you can't tell me say you made him a fight against corruption, you make corruption unfashionable. But I put yellow, wait if what able go for if can't do and go take them back. Then now you can't ask people them when who's action for take, which action for take. When you are the executive branch, when una the chief man them, una branch or another chief man them. When I dictate now add for deal with them, the corner say command so they go at the same mandate back, owner say left power, they go to treat the same way. This is how they think say we the Salone and a bunch of fools. Then they play with like say we not like bunch of dummies them. And then they participate in when they sit on the phone and they dance all day because they're not getting for you. And then they die safe. When they want to speak to them, and the language translate to medication all day, they're okay for them because as long as they participate in power. This is what we are talking about. This cancer in Sierra Leone. Now, corruption no easy to take away from Sierra Leone. Their attitude here, their mentality here. This is why. How many years? We go to 2.5 years when I don't start beginning this one fight against corruption. From day one, people anybody say even the singles, this all in fake check with the council. First of all, they still continue back. They in the bank capable to give president another check. Now, president if you go on parliament for the check. Could they keep asking this question? Now, president if you get the check on a parliament if you get the check. This is why everybody the pander to the president forget job. And we get to moment parliament but they set and set them, we cannot get for do. They only call for job. Because they don't know their worth, they don't know their job.
So, and this is where I can come in and ask, say, what are the roles and responsibilities of ministers and heads of agencies of different departments? Because if every term una get something for present, when they have, there's a pattern. When they get a report, now the president then they go present and to. When they get a check, now the president then they go present and to. Doesn't the president have other jobs and other things to monitor and take care of and supervise for the smooth function? Why is it entertaining? Why make it entertain? Why make you get ministers then? Your ministers are there to do those type of things. That is part of their job. That is part of their job. If money comes inside for a certain ministry, the minister of that ministry need for be the person where they come and can acknowledge receipts of that money day or of that donation day. Not to the president, not to the chief minister, and heck, not to the first lady. Because on so many occasions, I they sit down and they talk, say, okay, this department, they not get minister. Why make now the first lady they can't accept? Okay, this department, okay, let's see the minister was ill-disposed. The role, one of the responsibilities of the chief minister, now for ensure, say, all of the ministry departments and agencies, that their head are doing their work according to the prescription of their jobs. So when me for saying, na ina the chief overseer of them all. So in the event that they are ill-disposed or in the event that they're not able, sometimes work choke them, they're not able, info stepping. And also, why do you have a vice president? Access to the president's need for...
Hold on. We get vice president, Salone? You sure we get vice? Hey, now they have to.
The president and meeting with the president, not to all kind Momokushte and Jumbo Blah, where come on a treat, or where come and pretend for say and get small name behind them, for can't team up with the president and for take the president in time. He is running a country. He is a leader of a country, which means that his access to him and his time has to count for something.
This is all joke, man. We are only. This is all joke. Okay, they take me for granted, and we say take myself for granted. All right, the people are not taking Sierra Leone serious in any way, shape, or form, no way whatsoever. Because there are everything in life, everything in government. There's protocols. That we all know. There are clear protocols that you need to follow in government. When you don't follow that, I don't tell you in a banana island or the one. This is what we are running in Sierra Leone. It's not a government. After government come after government, the same so-called government after government, they all try to run the banana island kind of situation. They do what you want for them, 50% one for the one. All that for me, they just put a facade, and they just put a face out there, so we are doing this. But behind the scene, there's nothing going on. Nothing. Salone, one of the easiest countries to fight corruption, if you want to fight that. Because you're joining for set example of one or two people and clearly no man see. Everything is going to place immediately. It's not going to happen because they said they are not clean. They're afraid. They're the shadow too big for them.
Where even lead me to the next question, the next thing where they worry me. Okay, if una not follow due process and una not go according to waiting the law say, for find them people they are so guilty and for prosecute them to the full extent or under the law. And if them feel say, now which one? Now by that business una do pandem. So waiting go happen where the young people can have power. Does that mean that all of waiting una don't confiscate will be revoked and given back to them? Because that is not the aim of this. The aim of this is that when something they don't confiscate and from you, then find you guilty, then don't come the book up can down, you don't challenge, and then find you guilty and a fear open due process now they apply. It no matter who that kind of power. It no matter who that kind of power, that decision should not be reversed. But the way things are going, I just afraid say, if they not really take them time, and then they throw out such words as allegedly, but una they hide under the blanket of appeal, but we go take all things where belong to the state, one I don't thief from the state back and put them back inside the state in Kotoku. If you are using such words, because the words where they use, now they set the trap for you. If you are using such words, who is to say that 3 years down the road, 4 years down the road, this alleged confiscated property will disappear and evaporate from thin air, and nobody go know wetin them become. But the one that we know who that them been belong to, then go know say they don't hold them property back.
This is the reason why they're not going to tell you what property they're going to lay their hands on. Okay? What they tell us, then they try to play this game here, see that we go forget, and then just go shape under the carpet or we jump out the team. Count other locality in the world, and also social media in the world. Now, we bring in a traffic police to control them. We point out we only bring in on go there. So they assume say that this thing will go for do. Because even this date here, how many people they call them out? So they may say if nothing over this way, kick them around, just kick the can down, they go no more. As they go no more, stand they go on, they go see they forget about that. 2023 they can. And all them later, and then one may make now, all them video and then later they also get them. Would they get them? Would they play them back for now? We're saying it. Sure, no, you know, we'll get them. Because una fit say for 60 something years, una the full people and say, una say no, because una the conscience people they want they will get small sense now. We're not even think about that. Una comes on a recent new direction, or will build institutions there. What's how we go start? You start with an independent judiciary system, wherein this system will make them open. If somebody thief now, let the one all continue to say a thief, when I find them guilty, so we all go know. So to my know come lies in the disadvantage for me. And secondly, so many people now, you don't need starting points, they don't need for kind of politics anymore. So if we don't use it now for 50 something years, national commodity, now we use some, now we recruit new people now. So if we need for go now on by force retirement. When I go on a thief for that side now. But una say, what if man the thief man, what do you expect? What if man says court for incompetent man, what do they expect? Because why the executive always innocent for the judiciary in the business? Don't know what I do the job. But when I go choose an party,
I upset and they watch. I upset and they watch. Because you know it in a not so distant future, long ago, that country where they call Zimbabwe, somebody been dead, we been feel say you must die in a power. If you not die in a power, nobody again no be like him. But when I see how somebody where was so loved, we become so draconian, so dictatorial, so grabbing, to the point where he leaving people them in destitute. When I see the uprising where happen in Zimbabwe, when I see how Mugabe hand, and right now we are talking Uganda. When I see the popularity of Bobby Wine, the main opposition to Museveni of Uganda, when I see what thing they go on there right now. You know, we get one saying in our language, they say, that's thing, ... a long tete, but he must cut. You don't want to be the one where he go cut pan. You don't want to be the one to prolong it for too long. You know what I mean? Sometimes you get for just penny halfway through and make it cut.
You don't know why. Some people don't know.
60 years in less than few months, in less than 3 months, I must say, or in about 3 months. 60 years. 60 years. My gosh. My gosh. 60 years. What progress have we made? What will the history book say about Sierra Leone, its leaders? What will the history book say?
My Salone man, they go open pump. A vice president, they go open pump when they clap for her. Inside Salone, pump water. 2021, when they go open pump water, when they clap for the person. Then they make code. All man get camera now. Government at work. Good. Wait for be a daily thing with life now. You know what I mean? This don't show how far backward we did. Normal things we know they pay attention to. I need to go to DC to my lab, go show government at work. All the what they go to lab just tell you put camera all over the place. And if I mean huge government at work. Because we don't know say so then say not to the government, are you the people that they do them here, to the government here. This is what's supposed to be happening.
And that is why this year we are going to take a good amount of time
They have to join office anyway.
for
Because
educate with people them.
painful.
Inside this year, we get for dedicate shows them, for educate with people them about the role of government. Waiting government supposed for do for you. Waiting government supposed for do for the country. Because when they do waiting and supposed for do, we not to even half of waiting and supposed for do. Una feel say then they do una favor.
Favor.
Una feel say then they do una favor. Anyway, me family and the phone lines don't open. The phone lines don't open for make una call and give una contribution. And as I go segue to other topic, even as the phone lines open, I want to make you just give a roundup of what you feel about this whole deadline, prosecution, appeal process, and what have you.
Oh, well, like I say, this is all nonsense, okay? Before una come up with these dates or this time, una don't make sure. So we expect una say, una don't put everything una put in place. What una give it the 24th deadline? We expect on the 24th. The number they can give you on the 24th are people that don't already go through an appeal process, that don't go through all that process. The 24th is just we need the names and the houses and how much they pay or how much they thief, how much they are able to receive from them. If you change left, but then by won't open, may they do the balance. But no, we find boy president say no, nobody they go jail. Fine boy say may they just go do it, may they just go come. May they go behind close the number and check their pockets, change it like may they give it. This is how they fight this thing. One thing for one to say the general office gets one backbone. You remember not the material said the old EBK passports, for travel. So how EBK reached Senegal before then?
How we reach Abidjan for the inauguration?
Abidjan, Senegal, Abidjan. I reached before them na Senegal. And then go all the way to Ghana, take around the world, all they come back. These are the people that tell we say they get power. Nobody they move now. They are always go back and go stop when they run can and go out in the future. And they know why. And they can begin. Can't see next na poor man now today. Can't see that they make the you know what that be? Cut their finger up and the man will not get no money. Look at them. Now they wire. When they go bigger, when they go bigger, they say on a pass, fast and pass. And they won't go left on the airport. That man when they say I'm Fatima, not Fatima be saying us in the two country Salone. That man they cost say I'm Fatima. Then show we all, and then they can put on what's safe. So these are people that were in the first corruption. When somebody tell them I wasn't for doing their office, somebody can dictate to the office. They can't say we say they don't hold a passport and now they go no side. But if I ain't before themselves, now they meet on you now. Now they can't this so. We have people that say they're serious. When you instruct them to somebody then they tell you, we don't know that you don't say the country to so. Because they question only for us. So without telling forget that passport this now. So it's not person they give also. Alright. You know, so one of full money, so how they consider the paper, lost enough full corner, you know.
Well, me refuse for be part of the full man committee. I refuse. No. I refuse for be part of the full man committee. You know, we tell God thank you where God give you the opportunity for learn small book, for sabi read and write small paper.
Is that
and we go try for
I don't want to continue. For me, why didn't I talk again?
Well, that one day you go need for ask them.
Yeah. Okay. For when they go to that inauguration in Abidjan, when they come back, I don't see what I go tell them more. What's happening at the end of the corner? Yeah. Hey. Hello, they go no more.
Maybe this is the time that I need to tap into my Abidjan connection.
Hey, we need to check my so therefore, we are not seeing this.
I think this is the time for me to tap into my Abidjan connection and say, Monsieur Ouattara on dit quoi?
We're gonna pass me some more.
You know, Or maybe I forgot Konani to Soro Gide and say, Monsieur Soro Ondikwa. Sometimes I go get small macaroni for gimme. And then I go can't tell the people them. As for now, Adenadi, I do not know.com world.
We get a Makoni, pass me, no, I need a Makoni. I know it's
Yeah. But no, on a more serious note, people, if we really want for fight corruption, let's fight corruption. If we really want for fight corruption genuinely, let's follow due process. Make we left for the established yo-yo processes them as it suits we or it suits our need or it suits the narrative of waiting we want for make the people then believe. We have a constitution. It's not a perfect constitution, but that's what we have for now. Let's make sure we apply it to the letter. Because if we apply unto the letter, then we stand a better chance of actually, doing things that in the long run no go come back and bite we. And we no go come back and regret. Make I go to the caller. Caller, waiting at your name and also you the call for. Hello, caller.
Hello. How are you?
Yes, I'm good. Yourself?
Oh, I'm doing good. How did I do? I did watch the program. Hello, I did call from the.
Yes, go ahead with the Yeri. You go ahead. Just turn your set down small side they listen so you not go interfere with what you get for say.
Oh, okay. All right. Sorry about it. Thank you. Actually, I did listen to that conversation. This. Hello, una they get me?
Yes, we they get you. Carry on. Continue.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna turn the volume down. You see, my sister and my brother, una so right, una so true with you, una be the talk earlier. You see, Sierra Leone, not just one single problem we get at Sierra Leone. Yes, not just one single problem we get at Sierra Leone. We get so many issues there, and one of the main things where they affect that country, now the name recognition. Like everybody get for every politician, whether it was the past, during the 80s, the 90s, every time he comes, just because of the know the name, like, pretty much, let me just take an example to what did happen now, just like what you talked earlier, what did happen now, Uganda. You see what did happen in Uganda. You don't expect all the politicians for let them can solve the 21st century issues that they face today as a young people. You get for be a young person where they able to tackle them. Then what did they fight for before na Sierra Leone where they come now corruption, which is still go on there. These are the 21st century. We need to get young man them not to violence, not to for incite, fight peacefully, for let them able to motivate other young man them. We go able tell the older politicians them it's enough. I don't care. Me not to APC, me not to SLPP. Say time is enough, is enough. Not to violence, so lad talk up, not to for say we get for incite. Una go peacefully, una demonstrate, una begin to educate each other, door by door, district by district, village, chiefdom, not just in the urban area. Let we know say this problem where they go on today, now problem where now we the young people. And if you check Sierra Leone, about 40 years to below, almost about 80% of the Sierra Leone population, whether in a boy or a man, or female. So these are the issue. So if we say we were ever able to enforce the rule of law in Sierra Leone or fighting corruption, because the one that says that we fight the corruption, then we are corrupt as well. Now the same people left. APC come, they said now the same people left. SLPP come, the same. It doesn't matter. We don't care about the political title behind whether in APC or SLPP. We the young people and now we get for actually see say this now we young country. Then people also that we don't now this public arena for so long. You know, I mean, now young man again for rise up, not to for go violent, go begin grab, you know, gun, shoot. No, you guys just educate yourself. Now, you don't, they pass them to next person. You know, because if we left this country to the same politicians, APC, SLPP, no matter what, a young man can come on with a SLPP young man, where he gets some good inputs, where they put towards the country, everybody will support them, as well as APC. You know, so but if we actually, you don't say, we they listen to those older politicians, whether in a SLPP or APC, I could care less. Now the same people, now young people get for come with a different change. Because now we know the problem that they face today in the 21st century.
Right.
There were now, most of them are baby boomers and millennials. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So if you don't get recognition of that country, you are nothing. So let the young people uprise, let them come, not to forsake to go fight or whatever it is. So thank you so much, my brothers and sisters.
Okay, thank you very much, Kola, for your contribution. Indeed, the young people, they need for rise up, the need for, demand for better, but the need for do them peacefully, the need for do them with sense. And they're not for allow themselves for be used by politicians. But the only way the young people them go rise up and demand for them basic needs and demand for waiting rightfully theirs is if they get the proper education. Is if they really understand right from wrong. They understand, privilege. They understand the difference between having a privilege and being, having a privilege and having the right to something, having the right to something is different from having the privilege to something. So now then kind education and they we need for we young one them for educate them, for make them understand why, we they say the thing and way we they say, why we they do the thing and way we they do, and why we they ask them for deviate, for stop, for they follow them big man they are so. And this bra and bobo business need for done. Caller, waiting are your name and also you the call from.
Okay, so we lost the caller.
Oh, okay. So I don't know if you get anything for add to waiting the caller say.
No, waiting the caller say, I don't know if I will put my hope on the young generations that much. Now, I'm not get hope. Trust me, I get plenty hope. But sometimes my brother and my sister, they have to see them. I don't know what I have to do. I will only get hope if Pokemon get job. Because some man in sense, able get common sense because of poverty. And you're not supposed to be that way. Because some man they go support blindly because of one corporate and 5,000 leons.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care how we talk. No matter the politician I know say if they go put one bag less right now, put one t-shirt and 10,000 leons. That way they cost all this and they vote for them. First is job that ballot to go vote. Some of we then we tell us say the reason we could talk so because we get better job, we get more money. So maybe it's not what I mean. The second is exposure. I remember all Dave Salone. Remember when man go no say when man come on fit on. Now they see me first 5 story or 6 story. So I feel Salone are the best.
You agree?
You know what I mean? I would talk say we got one of the best stadium in the world. Because now they are the best stadium I see. So it hard for someone understand what they say right now. So my way not see wait now gravel what it born that just what you don't see. They can't get one lane quota. What they right now would they criticize that? They don't understand we. Because that's the how they fight right and then they be the first one to attack me because they don't know what it means to expose. And don't know say in life supposed to be 20 times beyond that at this point. But when we don't see 8 lane, 20 lane, you go should be 2 lane. I will the particular she's a lot of we're waiting for talk, but you know. You know what I mean? So exposure is very, very important. So my point God don't make we don't left side, we don't come out. We don't see one of the best in the world. We know what the best look like. And man, now when they see what's not one of the best in the world, it's not easy for like you tell them what the best look like. So man, watch and they see on TV, it just fits in how you call it here, when it just not a reality. I just again na play one and against PlayStation image them bill. In terms of my now waiting a small mobile they make na California right now where a video game program. But we're not even done high school. We not gonna believe because they get money for entire country.
Yeah.
You see, so there are a lot of things that we need for exposed to for let we go able to understand so then things that we talk about. And it's not easy. I don't know if that's going to be happening anytime. And that makes some politicians want some football that made a dinner that abject poverty. Because in abject poverty, anything they fool you, anything big now you are. Just imagine my way, when they get when they use gig, that's not gig what they talk about. So you know they use they go give a motorcycle. They can't criticize that person, they go get an order. What you gonna do for you? What's a blast for you? This we're gonna call us make us stop now.
Okay, caller, what's your name and who you call from? Hello, caller.
Yes, sister. How you do?
No bad, are you safe?
I do fine. Anyway, me and brother Steven. I don't know. I do not thank you anyway.
Okay. Which you get
I don't listen when I listen the young man with it. He talks something like a day in the position now we don't lost hope in the young people. You don't go for lost hope in the young people. Wait till they happen at Salone. Most of now we they talk in the media, the politician there, and so many people who can talk on, but they talk on the problem. And whenever you want to talk on the problem, you get to know the root cause of the problem. Wait till they go on a Salone. If you don't go on, it will always remain for go on because according to psychology, every behavior functions within a context. Whenever you don't establish a context, you always get to repeat itself. Politician, how come somebody in the 1960s, the characteristics we'll see in the politician 1960 in 2021 is still a manifest. What's in the cause that? How comes they all end up to be the same? Because we get a context. Why do we establish a context? We educational system for that country, like the young man they say, I tell you about human behavior. Human behavior, the two things will determine anybody in behavior. Now, your psychological reality, the way they think, and your economic position, your economic devastation, economic desperation, is quite enough for trigger you the way they behave. So let me make it the end of see somebody where in the opposition get all the magnificent plan them ideas or some ideology way come, you end up being there because I want to make not so everybody actually they out there where they talk on we behalf on they talk on we issues we actually mean or genuine for what they go on. Now then they talk because of the structure, the power structure of Salone, who don't position them, the positioning of them position of the society. Never did they talk to. No sooner than change, that position change, you begin to see the true person. So even in life, when people like you say, this person don't change, people don't change. Yeah, you economic position, or situation or circumstance, it will reveal to you who you are. So what we get for do now? How do we get there? We get for go back and sit down. It get for be a long and protracted project we get for go into. We get for go and decondition and recondition the minds of young Sierra Leoneans. Some people are already far gone. We don't have to waste powder on a lizard. We go for let them and go. But the young generation get for being if we not do that, we are not going nowhere. I'm telling you, me a young man, I'm 31, I can't tell the same February, but like I know I've seen all that, I don't do but human psychology. I know how this thing operates. The issue we have is not isolated. It could be isolated, it could be unique because of we own our own country now, but it's all over Africa. The way the people can educate will be education first will get after slavery, now still the on down. You remember, the more we become educated, the more we work against each other's progress. You ever know that? Yes. The time we the high school, you your friend, and all be the wish well for each other, and all no competition will be there. But after school, I don't get this West education to happen. will not work with each other. Now that make Africa not work with each other because the West education itself it counts as some type of supposition or imposition at the mind rearing. It counts arrogant perspective, you know. That's why you see the more people them become more educated, the more they become more
It is a lifestyle of
exposed to the issues. You know, the more they become enemies of the progress. Because one thing first, the more education you get, which not only they only give you arrogant perspective in life and better than everybody mentality. Wait till they happen. It they give you the desire for go for material wealth. And whenever you go you go for that material things of this world, you know, whatever they get acquired, surround yourself with them. We don't surround yourself, we don't call them the bottom line. We don't accumulate bottom line, which they happened. You interest over the bottom line, and they go against the interest of the collective. In any group progress, whether in a work, no one actually makes it. Any progress, it's not individual, it's a collective. They make the African proverb that says it takes a village to raise a child. Not only a child, it takes a village for the world force together. But today, the education they get, they make they forget that. No make you see the lecture already now for the college, and most of them say they go, but they talk because in job, that house organization, in Peking, in house, that they make it become more muted to the problems, you know. And sometimes me and you within our overseer, people they don't care whether in financial, whether in economic exile, whether don't care they get small opportunity, whether they get opportunity to phone and internet, the system don't become smart. Whenever something come now, they go into unnecessary chaotic verbal, you know, expression, and they're going to begin talk, condemn people there like now. What's happening? What's happening? Go happen. If not matter of you, today and do like that, and carry my boat up, them go strike. They will do the same thing, you know. Even for because people their mind is just like that. They don't reach to a point they say, if we can't beat them, we join them. So that's what happened. But what happened? Opposition said them foolish, them stupid. Most of them. I'm saying that. Excuse me, French anyway, because whenever you perpetuate such maladaptive, or we call it maladaptive because you know go for all in the long run, it can't you. What's happened? Bambe Kama and others, and one the way them but they can't kill or whatsoever in the 1992 or whatsoever onwards. What's happened? Now the system where they preside over. So they might sometimes some people call that because of acts of politics say nah people then go kill them. No. They got them. We are not victims of the war. They are casualties of the war. Waiting them preside over, I come back to them. The universal day, it function within laws, you know, whatever is sown, then they come back. What you take, now they become. Whatever is thrown, then they come back to you. But who they don't know. Like, for instance, I don't know if I get enough time anyway. You're gonna have somebody gonna have salary, you go get, no go through process, you go get a driver license. What's happening? The time where you get for a job now still begin drive motor car, the time where that you auntie, where you don't left job, we don't come on politics. That you auntie where they are making for car free term, where they are move for car free term. In other motor for car, they join car transport. That person go give driver license. We not been trained, not go through the process, and not go to no driver. It take motor car, it go involved in gruesome accident. The end of for that, what you do? That seems to do. But they come the same way, you know. But people do not know that. All I'm telling you, so they deceive themselves. Corruption as Salone. This knowledge, you know, those serious. I'm telling you, it's a facade, you know, it's impression. It's just it's impression.
Okay,
because people their mind them too small, you know, so they're not able to see, you know, they're not able to see the ground. So we're not honest and we get for recondition, re-engineer with young people their mind, and we got much to be done anyway. And we are not getting enough time. You have a good night.
Thank you very much, Kola. Well, I think say I give that Kola they triple the time where he's supposed to forget, but he was saying things that you know made a lot of sense. He was hitting the points, and he was you know, it been they connect the dots then, right? And because it been they connect the dots them so seamlessly. Now that make I allow her for finish in trend of talk. Make I take this caller, this other caller. Caller, what's your name and who side you call from?
This is an unknown caller from California.
Okay, go ahead, caller.
Hi, Madam Matilda. This is an unknown caller from California. Mr.
Okay, go ahead.
How everything they go, sir.
Tell God.
I guess I would say we put something down for the young people them when we say the young people them out for the things and now where they do in the country, you know, they even feel like say there is any future in them. That caller made it try to make something clear, say the educational system. I want to make we just take back in mind that the way how they program the entire atmosphere in Africa is for you to remain perpetual in perpetual poverty in life. Because
The button.
When you start from FBC, look all the cause and presence the way that they do. Waiting really, they help them out of waiting they don't get from FBC where they can dong na the feel. Because I can always tell them, say, me attend IPAM. I always tell people and say, una play una game up IPAM. We get downtown. Because una feel so waiting una get up here. Now ina the best for una. But I can always tell them say the waiting you learn up and waiting you get for can apply dong na two different things. We they say the politician them that they get easy access inside the young people in life for make them misbehave. But I tell you something, Madam Matilda, if you not give yourself easily to people and for make them use you, me daddy won't tell me say, he say if you not hire yourself, another man go hire you for make you do the dirty job, and then at the ending of the day, then they go up whilst you they still they don't they beg for your bread. Also, when you look the way out and tailor the entire system na Salone, after even before as you enter college, you didn't know say something is wrong somewhere. Because now Africa you see where you ask for and say what you want to do. At the just take all the junior school. You ask them say what you want to do, then go begin ask you back say me. They're not even sure of themselves, not confident. They're not get that. But over here, so when you ask speaking at the age of 3, you don't already say you don't wait you want for B. And all in subjects them, it a match up with waiting a want for do. You they see things they become different. I always tell my competency when you step inside college, make sure one thing that you always become an employer. No go college and can begin pile all the paper them like say you go first Salone case where big pass you where you no go even elect and let yourself in a court for the whole day for sort them out. You know they will sort them out. Because at the end of the day, you get all your paper in a college, you begin pass up and down, yet still there is no work for you. So I always tell people and say, put your mind together, put all your strength together, and get waiting you want. We all know say, easy. Even out here, Mr. Tarawali, not easy out here when we come. We get to learn everything back. We see things are different, but yet still, whether and still go with them political craziness and political madness, they're not able to do anything at the country. These are one of the things out here where they piss me off every single day, and when we need for change in the country. So if the President Bio, at the round up now, if the President Bio say, if the President Bio say it change the entire system na the country for schooling, I think say if we begin look to certain things, it not go just say free education. And I tell you something, there is nothing free in the world. And even when you set up free education, you get to look the basic things first before ever you bring free education to existence. Now that make everything they fall apart. And we go continue for talk up, and we go there so for even the call una, let we just give you inputs. Now so I go left for now.
Okay, thank you very much, caller. The callers them today, then they really make my work easy because their contributions are so sharp and to the point. Then they deal directly with the issues, profiling solutions while tackling the issues, nuancing the issues. So I tell all my caller then thank you. But I don't want to waste time. I want for move on to as we wrap up the show, touch on something quickly. I go ask we technical team make it play for you a video. And after I don't play that video then we can talk about that small.
the affiliate session. Oh, the campus chairman, Honorable Kaisava. Tonight is a beautiful session at the Kenova City. Filters Shirley, West Africa. We are here. If you are not here, we are here. It's a Boxing Day session to the House of Pain. We open up another secretariat. Oh, Jesus. It's a leader of government business. It's a beautiful session. And the Kenova City. And the House of Pain. It's honorable Matisa Yuma. Leader of government business. It's YJ, the young generation. Leader that is CSO is at the stage. It's a beautiful session at night. Wonderful Boxing Day session at the Kenova City. Yeah, beautiful session. Yeah. Faith and Sierra Leone, West Africa. Peace radio station across the country and the sub-region. We are here, and the leader is on the stage. Yeah, Shingme. It's not like we used to be there. That is the session. They are calling on the chairman, Sima. That's the session. Beautiful session. Faith and Sierra Leone, West Africa. Faith and Sierra Leone, West Africa, and the sub-region, as well as the diaspora. We are here right at Kenema City to make sure that we get the occasion of the opening of the secretariat of the House of Pain. We are here. It's a wonderful and beautiful session. Yeah.
Okay, so the video we una see as Dr. Sylvia Blyden tag the 26th of December last year, when I've been Boxing Day, inside Kenema City, na one attire base we then call House of Pain. Now there we see the Chief Minister and some other important people them. Now the government, some other ministers, them heads of agencies and departments, them. Then they pan ladida, and sit down pan serious ladida. And at the same time, around that same time, we also see where even the president and the first lady, they organize an event inside Bond, where then self engage in the same behaviors then where the chief minister and them people they also engage in. Me, not they say make enjoy. But when I don't see the numbers them, every day the COVID number then at Salone they go up. Every day the number then they increase. Now, if one of the thing them where the people for well body business say we for do for avoid the spread of that disease day. Now for social distance, now for wear mask, now not forget about people them na crowd. Then you see the one them where they lead we, or the one them we supposed for lead we. The agbagba them we sit down on top. Then sit down, then they behave then kind way then they. Then what you not expect from the people them? Una no go always they ask of the people they make them do the thing then way una no one for do or way una no go do. So for me where I even see the video, I find them surprising because I know say the chief minister lost his big brother. So for me it was in morning. I not been the expect for Siam for then na attire base they celebrate. Then hour then day way I know for say just a couple of weeks or a week ago, a week earlier than that. In Big Brother, when I've been the ambassador to, I believe, Kenya, passed away suddenly. So that's beside the point. The point really here is how serious do our officials take certain things? And then the funny thing, in fact, will even strike me even more. For years now, since this government take over, Enjoyment no dey inside free tongue a day again. Christmas they can, Boxing Day they can. People and they cry angry, and add up. The small laddie that self way, can happen, nothing, the place dry. And then worst of it this Christmas, 500,000, ordinary 500,000 people are not able to collect on our bank. We get a bank governor we sit on na TV and we talk say, if money no dey, money no dey. Money no dey, money don't done. We go through a really, really terrible time, a very, very tumultuous time, where even people we don't work hard, don't save their money, and can't even access the money from the central bank. And then we see people they engage in such reckless exorbitance. Where at that very time we get an Auditor General report where they say the masibo we don't happen small. So I ask again. My intention is not to come after you. My intention is not to criticize you. My intention is for you to think and see reasoning and evaluate your own actions and see what your action is communicating to not only the Sierra Leonean people, but to the entire world at large. How long una go sit down pa the white saviors mentality? How long una go be trapped by the bottom barrel syndrome? How long? See you, Aleph and Gio.
Every day I can use this one word to say we not get leaders. You see, let me ask you what's the definition of leadership. When you get someone a leader, it inspires you to do things you don't even expect in life say you do. Then we're gonna the commander will get. Okay? It's very, very simple. This COVID business is hyper in Salone because they want that money. If a COVID may in Salone, they say, we know say it, but because they're not taken serious, people even talk to say no delay. The same people are waiting. When they get the COVID money, they go buy SUV and not go buy ventilator for the hospital. They not go elevate to hospital. They go buy SUV for themselves. I don't know where. I know if that SUV they get for you for paying the people. The same people go to parliament, go get Okobo parliament, go get them 1 year state of emergency. Now then they do so. And not this no more. We got a plenty of to show. This entire business about so. ODM don't carry the boy the power of the administration say they will make sure say this government not win cannot because they do nothing for them. So now they go there, go now, so now to go give the boy small change, then they behave this way. Maybe if you want to let spin ahead and do what because my talk say well chief minister and my way to look and say edition himself is what himself. So if I would say they loosen up, there's nothing wrong for them loosening up. This is what we want our leaders for. But there's something they call responsibility. In leadership, there's something we call responsibility. Now, let me ask yourself. Then you go and all poor people in a street who not get nothing for it. So they pay 1,000, 1 or 10, I think 10,000, whatever, or 100,000 because they not wear a mask. The only way they put the law, where they go now, where they get the money.
Exactly.
Now they're not still true. But if the poor man, they not get nothing for it. They say if I go pay 100,000. And then
what me they ask is that they may get a CID, SSD, then get police officer, then wait him up there. Why make them not arrest each and every single one of them? Because they were in infraction of the law.
You mean Salone police arrest minister? Hey, I will make the prescribe medicine. You need that medicine. I will make the prescribe for you. Salone police arrest minister. Yeah, we have left now.
But I don't see who side and don't arrest somebody. This not to them sell because this na person when me be inside free tongue. Then he call me. He say I dey CID. I say he say for waiting. He said the policeman arrest me say I not wear mask inside me motoka. So if una they go arrest somebody, we not wear mask inside your motoka. When na inside motoka dey, you not obliged for wear mask because they put anybody at risk. They inside motoka. Una they go arrest them. Why make una not arrest the one that we put the law? We tell una say una for arrest people them we not wear mask. We see don't attack the laddie that.
Salone police. They don't get common sense. They just them on the shoe. Okay. Because for they just them also then they go in fact they left people in a seat, then they pass you in a seat, then they go catch you someone to cover by you. They can just go on walla over there. God, it painful. I mean with a laugh, but it painful. These are people in the wire. Seize the people in freedom in Salone for 1 year. Take the freedom away from them. But all the actions, let me explain and see the action if you coronavirus in a Salone. It's all about leadership. You as a leader, not get the common sense to realize people when they watch me. People they do some. I mean, there's nothing wrong for when they go dance. We want. There's nothing wrong. But when I just put everyone I pass law say coronavirus in a Salone, not take it serious. I mean, if I take it serious. Every day, the president in the party, like that all day, the Nepal. How often, for when they call the camera, they put it on. Because if he say we're not going to camera, they way left the scene.
But waiting me, they wait for. Now, where this 60th independence they come, where they go, they must tell people and say money no day for allow the people for go even as
no.
For go sit down and wave flag where every year then go talk say celebration no day, but then all the total would go bow, then go make massive alagba party inside there. Then come back, then come meet the people in a freedom. Then they say no. We know they celebrate. We know they're not a place set where we for celebrate anything. But every year they converge in both. Because every year around the time of the independence, we get something
you know something
called Oba. So they all converge there. And under the guise of Eba, then they use Oba as a mask for go celebrate independence.
I say, you know, the devil they put on my book, the NCP devil, we have flop on my book. Oh, no, they go no more. No, they go. I still get caller.
Anyways, this will be my last call where they take for today. Caller, waiting on your name and also you they call for. Hello, caller.
Hello. Hey.
Yeah.
Hello, Madam Matilda. This is Nabakar. I call from Washington, D.C. Hello, yes.
Okay, well,
yes,
welcome.
Did you get me?
Yes, welcome.
Yes, so you know, at the follow up once again. I mean, like waiting on the discuss, it make a whole lot of sense, you know, and just like waiting me previous caller, the previous brother, waiting is say as well, and
Bakar, I think move around.
Okay, but I think say you get connectivity issue or something because we're not hearing you.
Okay, hold on. Let me see. I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
That's fine.
Hello, you get me now?
Yes, go ahead.
Hey, you get me now? I'm so sorry,
Yes,
Mr. Tarawali and Madam Matilda. So I mean, like this thing where with it, way under the talk, so it make a whole lot of sense. But this is not the reason and the way they talk about. You know, they put education. Education is not just the
Yeah, we don't lose you again. Bakar, we don't lose you again.
Okay, they get me now?
Yeah, they you know.
They get me now?
Yeah,
yes,
you.
Go ahead.
Okay, yeah, sorry. You know, not the network, I don't know. Look, waiting, now this is just a plain example where would they say, look, waiting the bank governor just previous weeks ago, now Sierra Leone, where the man not even know how the country they run without no money, not in the country. That's just one of the things. You see, we're not try for degrade African education. You know, now just like, because most of these folks here, they pull them from overseas here, you know, they carry and go to Sierra Leone. They don't know how the country they run. They don't ever even work in any financial institution overseas. So these are the things. I mean, sometimes I can sit down and look pain and say, no what, Sierra Leone, they can 60 years. I think I prefer, let me go back to the British rule. Let me get back under the British. Because if I look the previous videos, where I watched during the 80s or the 70s, just right after independence, in fact. I've not been born in Tennessee, but you see Sierra Leone, that congest, especially in Freetown, and one thing again where people have done lost in that country, they not even respect paramountship anymore. And the British then do them. Now a reason way to make the British do them, because when the paramountship then they all are the different districts them or chiefdoms them, they know actually the problem where they go on there. So I know they talk just because me late grandpa na paramountship chief Bombolai, but that's not the point. The point where they try to talk about, you get for put people them, even the one that we learn at Sierra Leone, they we know the struggle. Now the same people them we supposed to put in those positions if they actually, have an ounce of compassion. Because I guess forget a compassion for you people before you able for produce an outstanding job. But every politician at Sierra Leone so far, they don't get that compassion. They don't feel, they don't get that empathy for somebody who did beneath them. So this is my contribution, my sister and my brother. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Akar. See, you make a note if we get one last caller. Somebody.
Let me ask if you want to take one last one.
Yeah, somebody they plead for ask Arun Zubai will plead for make if I can take one last call. So make a know when in call kind side. But let me say something here. I just breezed through the comments just now, and I see somebody they say, and I want to address this person directly. Someone by the name of I think it's William Alvin or something like that. I don't know if now you they reply to somebody or now you write this comment. Let me just say something. I'm not accused Fatima of anything. According to waiting me read, now the Attorney General in report, Fatima might tell you that her office is not a paid for office and that her services to the nations are free, but that's not what that report tells me. So una can go and talk any kind of thing way una want, but there is something called research. There is something called investigation. There is something called probing beyond waiting the person they talk. For many years, it don't make una or it don't lead una for belief say in work na pro bono, meaning that in work na for free. In a mama of the nation. So all what they do for the nation na for free. But that's not what the Attorney General in reports tell me. Then they're not awaiting the Attorney General in reports tell me 2018 and not awaiting this 2019 Attorney General in reports tell me. So for me, if the taxpayer their money inside Freetown, they go towards the payment and upkeep of the First Lady and her office, guess what? I get every right for question in movement and activities then. Because guess what? That tax when me they pay inside Salone, they contribute towards.
Auditor General. I think make a mistake, say Auditor, we say Attorney General is Auditor General.
The Auditor General, yeah.
Yeah.
The Auditor. That tax, small tax when me they pay, and all me people and they pay inside Freetown and inside Salone. They go towards the upkeep. Some percentage they go towards the upkeep of that woman and her office. Some percentage of me remittance them where are they send inside Salone. The taxes deducted where are they put inside for send that money there. Some percentages of it they go towards the upkeep of her. So she can lead you to the seas all she wants. She cannot lead me to the sea. Until proven otherwise, I maintain that she is a paid servant of the nation. And that's all I'm going to say about that comment. Sometimes, una not just they go hook, line, and sinker with waiting people and they say. Try for investigate. You are educated people. You can read, you can write. If you can put pen to paper, if even if it take you one only for come through for understand, come through and understand. And not just accept the status quo and drink the Kool-Aid. We cannot at this moment, 60 years, afford to drink the Kool-Aid. We've drank the Kool-Aid for too long. For far too long. Wake up, people. When somebody do wrong, tell the person say do wrong. When somebody do right, tell the person say do right. I go left CEO, make you give small contribution, and I go wrap up the show.
Oh, you want to pick up the call? Because you get call on the line though.
Oh, okay. So caller, waiting on your name and who say they call from. That's gonna be my last call for today.
Thank you very much, Miss Matilda. Thank you. Beautiful show. And CEO, you have done a very good job here. Miss Matilda, I'm glad the way you bring this show for you. You showed this particular topic that you showed today. Let me think about this. I'm going to use some words where probably not a kind of flamboyant, not a bad word, but I come up with this word bastardized. And what do I mean by that? Mr. Marabio not only it bastardized the country, but it bastardized the economy. Not only that, but it bastardized the constitution. What do I mean about that? Mr. Marabio spent 22 years between the United States and Great Britain. Mr. Marabio makes 500,000 within that period of time there. Mr. CEO and people like we don't make that money, they probably within 5 years. For Mr. Marabio, for 22 years, they don't make that money there. For Mr. Marabio in the administration, they give themselves $500,000 in December. That's why you see the chief minister, they dance like a drunken sailor. Not only not practice social distancing, but he want to keep with passport now we on. This is not the bastardization of this administration and this inept president. Let me talk about between August and September, Ms. Matilda. August and September, Mr. Marabio disappeared in our country. He disappeared, he go out of the country, nowhere to be found. And that's when you see that bridge for them, it broke. Mr. Marabio will not able to fulfill for 3 weeks. The corona, they ravaged the world. Mr. Marabio spent $1 million. The president of the United States, if they get paid $400,000 for the entire year. Now Mr. Marabio spent $1.5 million between August to December. Waiting that amount of money they go do for we country. Now that what they ask themselves. They go pay 4,000 teachers them. 4,000 military officers them. 4,000 police officers them. Now Mr. Marabio left the country and not able to pay. The frontline worker with that amount of money there. People and they look this man, support this man. We they bastardize the country. We are some of the poorest nations of the world. Somebody will be wretchedly poor. They spend that kind of money, not think back. Enough is enough for this. Where will they talk this talk? They will begin to talk to the Salone people, them. The young man, them, what will they empower? Now look, Uganda, what did they do today? The young man and the guys up. Go begin to talk to you parliamentarian, them. Say enough of this for the spend with money, so we get for hold you accountable and the president accountable. If we're not going for kill, so be it. But enough of this spending, this rapid spending, this spending spree. Mr. Marabio, even when they kill people, them, you not say one word. When you left the country, when the people and they cry for you, you not say one word, but you take the $1 million. You tell you to go to hospital. Then you come back, you make them dance for you. Enough is enough. Sierra Leone, we got to wake up. Whether you're in the West or in Sierra Leone, this is not right. This is immoral. And Mr. Marabio, you bastardize the country. Thank you very much, man.
Thank you very much. Mr. CEO, I give the last word before I wrap up our closing.
Well, I think we don't say much. I just want to tell people because I know say we did in the world side today we come to politics. I don't care if you try to save somebody in life. We talk against in Democrat, you know, enemy. So man, they see what to do today. We need to do this because for when we come out and share, people and they come after we every day because we go after people and we know so they get power. It's not easy. But somebody get for do the job. Somebody get for sacrifice for letting country go before. Somebody get for put the thing there. Not too easy thing this fellow we do every day. Because we know say we like them. Sometimes even they in danger for doing here. For some of the people that will even fight for. We know that. We know somebody they see beyond a political party. But when they use the phrase every day, say if Salone better for we all. If Salone poor for we all. Because if that politician say they use only get $1 million or whatever, we power left farm, and they come back inside meet we. And we only begin to do the same thing. Or put the money for fixed institution, the same institution when they know the fix so. Tomorrow then they can hold them back. So then every people they want out so. If they may fix this institution, they may they power. But Kuma, so that go power go na Nigeria, not for them go Nigeria. If it's in in place, I'm for them in place. But sometimes some people don't even do they not even they look for themselves. So some of them tell what they do it for we all. Some man go for local to the state. Some man go feel so they attack the administration every day. What they do it because they didn't have power right now. And they're going to do for we and they're going to change for we. The opposition not going to do much for we. Opposition on your side, any can come, we'll bring them back out. When they come on the next person they come, then say we'll get the booze on them back because once we push them, they do the right thing, we'll continue to go before. There's nothing here personal. Everything do now is business. Everything that is business. It's nothing personal. It's about Salone. So I tell now, thank you. This now we all job. We all pull away to so we pull up. This not for let Salone go before. Because if I go Salone today, I go sick in a Salone, the system we didn't have for deal with. If I go to a Salone, I drive at the road, the system that they go now for deal with. Accident in Boku, it can be to anybody. What I always say improve, I make a decision that they do themselves. If I for that to run the selfish story overseas, we get everything what's man and give it. But not to be home than this. No matter what they do, Salone now we home. If Salone better, I go bluff people that say Salone may country better. I can watch me you want this party them. Wait about Rwanda. Sometimes I know I can just sometimes they one line or call beach gonna let's do the bluff with Salone beach fine. Now we bluff no more we get. But we want to go beyond that. Lord we say stand and show people and say this is Sierra Leone. Lord begin post to country picture on our page and let them say still country. It not gonna happen if what's happen our country happen so. So there we family, Lord we all put on together. Lord we go beyond politics. Lord go to Salone. Let Salone come before politics. Thank you all and thank you for getting me on your show tonight again. Appreciate everything.
Thank you very much. Me fumble them before I tell Onatata. I want to make una know for say this show the move time. It move to 7:15. So right now the show they start 8:15, but the show go move up 1 hour to 7:15, starting the first week of February. So starting the first week of February, this show ya so go move to 7:15, starting 1 hour early. I go ask the technical team make them put an image. The image where I dey ask the technical team for put now the image of our dear baby girl, Khadija Madinatu Sankor, born on the 29th of March 2015, died, or actually should I say snatched away, on the 17th of June 2020. Una way they follow me, una no for say, I don't talk about this issue. I don't talk about this case. I don't talk about the rape culture, the silence of rape culture in Sierra Leone, the encouragement of the pimping of girls in Sierra Leone. But this time around, our lovely angel will be taking her final rest on the 22nd of this month. No, the 22nd, I believe, yeah. The 22nd of this month. And the details of the funeral service, the side and the Beram, where I believe say na Kisi Road Cemetery, and the side where the family then they ask say make people meet them for say them farewell to we angel where na stadium parade ground now where the free tongue on a no side and they. I they ask una all where the free tongue. As time can permit you, please take a minute to be with this family. Take a minute to give hugs. Take a minute to reflect. Take a minute to say no to rape. Take a minute to say no to the rape culture. Then get a GoFundMe page where then they raise money for make mass distribution of t-shirts them. As you are led, please do so. Then say where person do good, you for talk am. And where person do bad, you for talk am. And try for correct am. The last show where I make 18th December 2020, I appeal to the President of Sierra Leone and the First Lady of Sierra Leone. And I tell them, say, look at your daughter. Take a minute and think of this angel. When you look at your daughter, the power is in your hand. Give rest. Give rest to this family. Because every other thing we then go need from this body, if they not don't collect them by this time, then knowing our country, they won't be able to collect it. It is time for make we give rest to this angel. I want to take this opportunity for tell Boku thank you to Columbia Davis Funeral Home. We don't waive the fee for Khadija in body in day one na the freezer from the time we then care and go the way he die to the time we then go pull and commodity by God in power January 22nd this year. I want to tell them Boku thank you for that. I also want to tell the President and the First Lady thank you for wait and listen. I know say not to me one girl no more than listen to. I know say then listen to Boku people them. But because I know what in me say, and I know what in me do at the background, in collaboration with others, I can say it out loud here today. I want to tell the President and the First Lady thank you for where they order the release of baby Khadija in body. And I also want to tell them Boku thank you for waiting then they do towards the funeral arrangement, towards Khadija in Berwan. I also want to tell them Boku thank you. Because in this moment, they act as kumbra. And so we person do good. You for be humble enough. You forget humility in you. for say thank you. So I say thank you to the First Lady, and I say thank you to the President. I also want to say thank you to boku organizations them. Where if I begin call name right now, the list go long. So because I know I make somebody can talk say, Matilda, but you be no say, Matilda. I say make we all thank you. But even as we dey put this angel down, make we not forget say the battle has been long. But the battle is still yet to be won. And justice is yet to be given. So we lay her to rest. But the battle continues. To the mother, I pray that you find peace. To the father, I pray that you find comfort. You have fought a good fight. And every step along the way, we will be there, not because of your shortcomings, not because of your faults, but because Sierra Leone lost a child. And answers and justice must be given for the loss of that child. So we stand in solidarity. We cast no blames, but we say in unity, let justice prevail. We fumble them, I tell you now, thank you. Until we meet again, Usai, we go sit down ayaso for discuss them where they happen inside we country. May God bless we all. May God cover we all. And may God give we to defend this dunya. Onatata.